video is about trying to find that peace from within. I mean, we are in unbelievably confusing, stressful, uncertain times. Many of us don't know the direction our life is going to take. In a week from now, in months from now, in a year from now. So there's all this projection that we send out, especially if we're in a state of fear. Do I wear a mask? Don't I wear a mask? Do I see some friends and emotionally get fed or not? There's so many questions that we have, and we're also judging based on our perception, based on our experience. I've got a friend who is traumatized wearing a mask and has PTSD, goes into a complete sweat, has a hard time breathing. And there are people that have a lot of things going on, including you. Yeah, you. That other people are judging you for, one way or another. So I think it's a time to really go within and find that voice of power and strength and confidence within yourself. Even when the rest of the world may seem crazy. What is feeding your soul? What is feeding your joy factor? What is feeding you to get up in the morning? That's the question, and it's different for everybody. So let me give you an example in this story. You're going to like this story. I had a student come in to one of my workshops, and students come in very reluctantly. Their parents usually force them to come, and they start out and looking like it's a funeral they're walking into. And then there's a huge transformation. But in this one case, I'm training my trainers and they're observing, and I've got this one girl that comes in that's goth. She's all dressed in black. Now I want you to think about the Incredibles show, the cartoon. She was kind of like the daughter with the dark hair, very withdrawn. So we get to a point in the workshop where we start talking about how to memorize 20 random words forwards and backwards in 2 minutes. Now nobody believes they can do that, right? And especially this girl. So once I teach them the technique, I call on this girl. And she absolutely will have nothing to do with it. She does not want to talk in front of the group. She starts to withdraw even more, going into more fear. So what I have to do, and this is what I want you to think about doing, how do you meet other people where they are? No matter how horrendous it looks like on the outside. How do you meet them where they are? So that's always my question. And in this particular circumstance, I couldn't seem to draw her out by getting her excited and come on, you can do it, that kind of thing. So what I did is I knelt down beside her at her level, and I asked her to whisper the 20 words to me. And so now she whispered one word at a time, and I screamed them out to the room until she got all 20. Perfectly, not one mistake. And it was like, whoa, the whole room started cheering for her and clapping, and the change in this girl was profound. The next week, when she walked into the second half of the workshop, she had different clothes on, her hair was done differently, she was engaging and talking to all the people around her. My trainers are like, wait a minute, this can't even be happening. This is not the same person. So that change happened in just an event, a quick event, by doing something she never thought possible that she could do. She didn't ever see that as a potential, even in her future, to not only be able to memorize 20 words forwards and backwards in 2 minutes, but also to be acknowledged, to be seen, to have everybody cheering her on. Huge shift. So I want you to know that you are being cheered on, that you are being guided, So how do you know you're being guided? Listen to that gut. If when you're going to respond to somebody, you get a angst, don't say anything. If someone's wearing a mask or not, or doing something or not doing something, don't say anything unless you're empowering somebody, because you don't know what's happened in their past. You might not even know how to meet them where they are, right? Yeah, so listen to that gut. If you're feeling angst by responding to something in a social media feed, or you're feeling angst in talking with somebody or projecting your opinion or your feelings based on your experience, and you're not feeling peaceful, then stop. Keep the peace inside yourself. Because when you do that, then you are meeting you where you are. And the transformation can be phenomenal. Just like the girl in the workshop. There are hundreds of stories like that in such a short time. You can change other people and even have them understand where you're coming from if you do it from a place of peace and love and joy, and only from your own personal experience. Learning to meet them where they are. That is the key, that is the goal, and that is what's going to bring us peace, joy, and happiness. If this helped you at all, please hit the subscribe button, the share button, the like button. Just hit them right now. And please, today, in this moment, get your happy on.